I was always into singing and kind of like entertaining, I guess. You know, I would throw little concerts in my living room and stuff, and then, you know, I finally graduated into playing shows at churches, and eventually I got my first acoustic guitar, and I was so excited. I was like, yes, now I can finally write songs. So I started learning how to play it. I didn't know how to hold it, so I'd just hold it on the ground and play like that.
Oh my god, we definitely don't have enough of it.
I know.
We definitely don't have enough of it. The amount of like creative people that actually pursue what it is that they're creative about in the world is so small. Even though it feels so big to us because we talk to so many people on a daily basis that are creative, it's really so small. And I think that if more people express their creative side, everybody's creative, they all have something that they do that is different than anybody else. Yeah, if they do best, the world would be a better place, 100%.
My family was always very supportive. My nono and nona, not so supportive. They were like, well, why don't you do something that can like make you money and like, you know, whatever. And I was like, well, this is kind of what I want to do. But they hardly speak any English, so they didn't really understand what I was saying. But my parents have always been so supportive in like what I do. You know, they bought me my first keyboard, you know, and they've always been there just to like support me from like the back end, you know, and they've always been there to say, you know, keep on going no matter, like, don't let anything discourage you. So I can say that I've had a pretty good family experience when it comes to like, you know, them like knowing what I want to do. When I was going in high school, you know, I never really knew what I wanted to do. I was like in between like equestrian, horseback rider. And you know, going through high school was like a really tough time because I'm not really good at staying in a classroom. I was the kid that had ADD. So all my teachers absolutely hated me because I was like the rebel girl. So they were always like, oh, you can't pass school. Like, there's no way you can do it. Like, you'll fail in your music career. Like, a teacher actually told me that I would fail in life, like, and that I was raised wrong. So it kind of, you know, a bad experience turned into a good experience because it just made me like work harder and like, you know, got myself to push forward and say, no, you know what, I can do this, you know. And I guess it's kind of motivational to not let anyone tell you what you can't do, you know, and kind of pushes you forward.
Yeah, motivationally, I'd have to say the same thing. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do something. And if it's something that you truly believe in, you truly love doing, you stick to it and do it. In the end, it'll pay off. And really, all it comes down to is how hard you're willing to work for what it is you want, you know, so.
As I said, I used to be an equestrian horseback rider, and I actually was going to do that professionally, but then I had a freak accident where I fell off my horse and I gained scoliosis in my back. So then I had to quit horseback riding, sell my horse to do music. I mean, it wasn't that bad of like a switch over, but...
But different.
Yeah, exactly. Do what you love. Life is way too short to not do what you love, you know? And like, you just have to keep on pushing till you get there. And like, no matter how bumpy the road is or how steep of a hill is, you have to keep on pushing yourself and keep on motivating yourself, because otherwise, you're not gonna do well for yourself.
Just keep pushing. Do what it is that you love. Don't let anybody ever tell you differently. And you're gonna go through a lot. Things are not just gonna happen overnight. I mean, it took me like 6 years to get to this point, and I had to start all over again in the middle of that 6 years. And we're pretty far along. We're not that far along, but we have a lot ahead of us, but we've also accomplished a lot in the short time we've been together. And it doesn't happen overnight, but I think like the two minds kind of being the determined type of people that we are is really pushing us to achieve what it is that we want to achieve. And if there's anything I can say, it's just do what you want to do and do it to the best that you can.